Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back and good, I don't know, morning, afternoon, whatever it is. I got coffee either way. Happens to be morning for me right now. Got a Platoon from Clan GFLC with me, myself, and I. Pilgrim, myself, and Noble from Clan Wolf. I guess we're not all from GFLC. So I wanted to talk about Platoons a little bit today because I had several requests, some people saying, hey, make a video about Platoons and what you're trying to do. I'm not exactly sure how to best leverage a platoon. So there's a couple rules about platoons right off the top that we can talk about. Let's just go ahead and get rolling here. Number one is work together. All right. Generally, that means go to the same place together. But if you were, say, running an artillery or a scout, maybe you don't go the exact same place, right? You don't want the artillery scouting and you don't want the scout sitting back with the artillery. I think that's kind of an extreme example. In general, you're going to play tanks that complement each other. And we have this situation here. Two heavies with the double barrels, and we've got Noble. I'll kick it out here in a minute. Noble in his UDES 16. So we come to El Halouf, and we're going to go to our respective places where our tanks can fight well. All right? But we're going to the same critical terrain up here in the northwest on the map. So in a platoon, you want to stick together so that if you have voice comms, and I recommend you do, you don't necessarily have to, but if you have voice comms, it's even better because now you can start talking about trades, start talking about who's going to fire, who's going to move first, where someone's having an issue. Hey, I'm tracked. Hey, I need you to take care of this guy, whatever the case may be. So comms are also good. So the general rule, like I said, take tanks that can fight together and complement each other. 3 heavies is good, 3 mediums is good. A couple of heavies and a medium is okay as well. Just try to stick together because the synergy of all those guns together, look at us, we have 5 guns. We have 5 guns. The synergy of all those guns together is important. Now, we were talking, I saw the 268 rage across. I saw, and we talked about this, Noble came up there and saw nobody except for the 25 TP crossing. And then I realized they have a Foch and a 110E4, and I went, okay, interesting. I am not going to go to this corner. We don't need both of us here. We also have the IS-3 going. I said, Pilgrim, go to that corner. Work that corner. I'm going to go up here, even though I don't have great gun depression, and I'm going to help Noble. This is in the encounter mode. It fights more or less like the standard mode. The fights up here already just takes a big old poo on that poor bat chat. Noble shoots the wall. I'm not really sure what just happened. Did he auto him someone? This guy is just not paying attention. I get in there and get a shot. I really wish I would have double shot him. It's something I'm working on with the double barrels. I don't think about it as much as I should. I could have easily double shot that guy, but it ends up I get it anyway. Because I don't know why he's sitting there, and then I bounce with the second shot. That's a bummer. It looks like Noble's going to get this guy tracked. I mean, this is one of their tier 10s, man. And down he goes. And that was he and I talking together. Right? I'm like, oh, I got a shot on the side of the 155s. Okay, I've got a shot. Is it the 155s that we took down? Yeah. I've got a shot. And then he goes, all right, I'm going for a track. He tracked him. We both already tracked, got it. I'm like, I got to reload. And as we move back and forth, we're letting each other know when we're moving up so that we don't both go up. Because what happens when you both go up? How many times have you seen this? You both go up, and then he creeps up, and then he creeps up, and then he's got to creep up. Before you know it, you're way past the cover, and you're both exposed because you're fighting over each other on trying to get a shot. If you talk about it, then that mitigates that problem so much. We're talking to Pilgrim. Pilgrim peeked. He took a big shot in the face. It looks like the 268 version 4 is about to get crazy, so we'll go ahead and do this. The Chrysler GF got across, which surprised me a little bit. Now Noble and I are talking about this guy who's dove down into the bottom there. And I'm thinking, you know what? Let's go get this guy. You can see that the IS-22 is there. Noble's got a shot on him. I'd like to clear this off a little bit if I could. Here comes the IS-22. I'll just shoot him in the face, unfortunately. That bounces. Noble's working on the guy down below. We're talking about that guy. And Pilgrim's talking about how he's getting thumped over here. But he's working with those guys. Now, to be honest, based on the way this thing came out, it might have actually been really good if Pilgrim had been with us, because I think if he'd have been with us, we could have pushed down into this ravine and started working on these guys. The corollary to that is it might not quite be time to do that because there are 2 enemy artillery. And oftentimes an early push, kind of like this near-dead IS-22 thing in here is a bad idea. I shoot that guy in the side, Renegade goes in, I have another shell, I'm talking to Noble, there we go, we thump him. I'm going to go for the ram on this guy, because why not? Not quite enough. Not quite enough. Noble takes him down, I take this guy down, booyah. And now we've created quite an advantage for our team right here, working together. And really, that's the big thing about playing in a platoon. It's the communication and working together, putting both your guns in the same area, ideally focus fire, but maybe not always. Being able to keep multiple guys' heads down. He's got the Udez right there with the great gun depression, just thumping guys as they're trying to come in. I'm keeping this 100-01 busy over here. Pilgrim dies for the cause. I don't know why Pilgrim did that, but he did. Maybe he lost track of the 100-01 or thought he had fired and was trying to come around. So it's not a case of me saying this was perfectly done. Noble sort of pushes in there. I think we said, hey, we're pushing, but I'm just so slow it took me a while to get there. And I think if I had this to do again, I would have told Pilgrim to come with us. The E50 fires, and that gives Noble Wolf an opportunity to get in there, but unfortunately he's not able to kill the guy. So I'm going to head around this way. We've got to conquer the 268 version 4. It's pushing into these guys. I'd kind of rather go around behind him. Down he goes. Nice shot by Noble Wolf. And now I'm going to come around behind these guys. I don't know. Maybe do I get... No, ouch, that hurt. I get thumped by the 155-55. And I don't have a kit, so I get to wait. Into the penalty box for you. And I'll come around here and I'll try to get this kill. I think I bounced this shot. Nope, never mind. That guy died. It must have been a different game. There we go. Boop. Should have been a double shot. But whatever, I'll get it here in a minute. Yep. Should have been a double shot. Would have got me more hit points. Would have got me more hit points. I'll speed this thing up. I don't know if I get any more. Come down around here. WT. All right. Forgot about the T95 doing his thing. I miss him. A little bit of a rush shot. There we go. A nice 376 into his side. A little bit of a low roll. Waiting for that reload. This is that flexibility of this kind of autoloader. Although it's a double gun, it is basically an autoloader. And down goes the T95. I drop another, or what, another 600, 700 there. So 4,105, 1,873 damage. Noble Wolf had a nice game as well. And, you know, a bit of a romple stomp. I got it. Fairly easy win overall. I wouldn't say that our platoon basically carried it, but you got 2 guys with 3 kills right there. You got Pilgrim. I don't know if Pilgrim did any damage. I can't remember. But I think it's a good illustration for those who have asked the question about, hey, what do I do for a platoon, or how do I platoon? What am I trying to do? That's on the high end of good results, right? We had a great result. We had a good game. As a platoon, we were able to make a pretty big difference in the critical terrain. We got some good damage out of it. It ended up working out. Even in a bad game, though, if you're working together, it's going to be better than if you're alone. Right? It's going to be better than if you're alone, so long as you're working together. Too many times I see platoons just spread to the wind. And sometimes it's a dynamic platoon, or it's a person you just met 2 games ago, and they have different ideas of where they want to go. But if you're talking a platoon of friends, a platoon of clanmates, people who want to work together, that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. As far as just dynamic platoons, or the guy you just met 2 games ago who wants to go do his own thing, it is what it is. Now you're just basically one guy who happens to be platooned. But if you can use the synergy and the leverage of a platoon together, you can get games like this or situations like this. And you notice that, and I guess really, to be quite honest, it's a great example of the 2 of us were working together, and Pilgrim was kind of on his own. And we talked about that. That was done on purpose as far as where we went. But he had a much harder time of it, right? Because he didn't have that platoon mate hanging out who could kind of talk and do the same thing, or at least work the same area. So in that respect, probably a great example. All right, that's all I've got, guys. I hope this helped. Enjoy your platoons out there. Remember, you get plus 15% credits and experience. So there's a bonus to doing that. We will see ya.